I'm Joe Parsons, Chair of USDA's Agricultural Statistics Board and Director of the National Agricultural Statistics Service Methodology Division. This is the first of 3 2017 Census of Agriculture data highlight videos. NASA's intention with this series is to offer a few remarks on the census history and the data collection effort, then dive into the data with a tour through the count and distribution of farms and ranches, a look at economics, some insights into demographics of those involved in farm decision making, and conclude with information about additional data products that are now or will be available over the next few months. Just a brief history of the census. Conducted once every 5 years, the Census of Agriculture covers virtually every aspect of U.S. agriculture, providing a complete count of the nation's farms and ranches and the people who operate them. It looks at land use and ownership, production practices, expenditures, and other factors that affect the way farmers do business and succeed in the 21st century. The first Census of Agriculture occurred in 1840. The 2017 Census of Agriculture is the 29th in the series and the 5th census conducted by NASS after the transfer of authority from the Census Bureau in 1997. The Census of Agriculture is a very valuable public resource. The power of the census is the ability to visualize and understand important changes for key topics in agriculture at national, state, and county levels. The data are used by producers and all those who serve American agriculture to inform decisions about farm assistance programs, technology development, farm advocacy, farm policy, agribusiness setup, rural development, and so much more. The census reports on agriculture in all 50 states and U.S. territories. It also summarizes information for other geographic areas of interest, such as congressional districts, watersheds, and zip codes. In addition to the primary report, the census also has a number of special studies which take a deeper look at certain segments of the industry, such as aquaculture, irrigation, organic farming, horticulture, and local foods. Today, NASS published the most complete data resource available on American agriculture with nearly 6.4 million distinct data points and several million more to be released in the near future. At the end of 2017, NASS mailed out more than 3 million 2017 Census of Agriculture questionnaires. The overall response was 72%. This is down 2.8 percentage points from the 2012 effort. Response rates were the highest in the Midwest and Great Lakes states, while lower in the Southeast, Northern Plains, and California. This census, NASS made a concerted effort to improve the respondent experience by completely revamping the online reporting tool. While most census data was still reported via the mail, nearly 1/4 of all persons who received the form responded over the internet, nearly doubling the online response from 2012. For the Census of Agriculture, farm is defined as any place from which $1,000 or more of agricultural products were produced and sold, or normally would have been sold during the census year. The current farm definition was established in 1974. Just a note, in the upcoming slides you'll see an asterisk next to each item that is a statistically significant change between the current and previous census. In this census, a 5% significance level is used to identify significant change. Now let's take a look at the trends in the number of farms and land in farms. The number of farms at 2.04 million decreased 3.2% from 2012 to 2017, or about 67,000 farms, while land in farms was down 1.6%, or 14.3 million acres. The average size of farm increased 1.6% from the previous census. The last 20 years has seen a gradual decline of 55 million acres devoted to agriculture, or just under 6%. In the map panel, we can see how those 2.04 million farms are distributed across the United States. For example, you can see the high density of farms in eastern Texas and in Tennessee and Kentucky. In Texas, with more than twice as many farms as any other state, is virtually unchanged from the 2012 at just over 248,000 farms. California and Minnesota experienced sizable declines in farm count since 2012. The census allows us to view patterns of land use across the nation, both in terms of how much land is used for agriculture and how the land is used within agriculture. Across the U.S., almost 40% of the land area is land and farms, but that share varies greatly by county. Not surprisingly, the share of land devoted to agriculture is highest in the mid part of the country, with a swath of land from North Dakota to Texas showing many counties where more than 70% of land is used for agriculture. In terms of the particular agricultural land use, permanent pasture and cropland are the two major uses, with approximately 400 million acres each. 320 of the 396 million acres of cropland was devoted to harvested cropland in 2017. Woodland and other uses add just over 100 million acres to round out the total. Overall, there was little change in terms of land use between 2012 and 2017. The category of land showing the largest increase was harvested cropland, with an additional 5 million acres harvested in 2017. The largest change in terms of cropland acres harvested was soybeans, which were up 14 million acres in 2017 as compared to 2012. Corn and wheat showed a decline in acres of 2.7 million and 10.1 million acres respectively between 2012 and 2017. Now let's take a look at the distribution of land use by county. It will be no surprise where we see predominant areas of pasture and cropland on farms. We see pasture land dominate in the western United States and a large concentrations of cropland in the Midwest. The 2017 Census of Agriculture is showing increases in the number of farms by acreage category only in the smallest size class, less than 10 acres, and the largest land category, 2,000 acres or more. The groups with the largest decreases in farms are mid-sized farms between 50 and 499 acres. These two size classes showed an approximate 10% decrease in the number of farms from 2012 to 2017, or about 100,000 farms between the two categories combined. Now we see the 2017 farm numbers by size of farm that we just discussed. We add an additional piece of information that ties the land and farms controlled by each of these categories. The 2,000 acre plus category of farms operated 58% of land and farms in 2017. This group's influence has shown a continuous increase over the last 20 years, increasing over 8 percentage points over the 20-year period. A few items to note before this part of your data tour comes to a close. In addition to the primary report, rankings, maps, and highlight publications will be released today. We'll also be rolling out additional data products in the coming weeks and months on the NASS website, www.nass.usda.gov/agcensus. These products include state and county profiles, congressional district rankings, watersheds, and more. As you'll see on our website, the census report is provided in a variety of formats. The data can also be accessed through our web-based query tool, QuickStats. However, for the quickest ease of finding specific census data, especially if you're looking for trends between census years, try our new Census Data Query tool. Later this year, we'll release data from two Census of Agriculture special studies, the Irrigation and Water Management Survey and the Census of Aquaculture. Producers will start to hear about the data collection for two upcoming special studies, Organics and Horticulture, later this year as well. Currently, the Census of Agriculture data collection is being conducted in Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. These data will be published early next year. We're also preparing for the 2022 Census of Agriculture, so NASS is soliciting input again on content. To provide your suggestions, visit our Census webpage and click Ag Census Solicitation for Input in the left-hand menu. If you're a new farmer or rancher who was not included in the 2017 Census of Agriculture, now is the time to sign up to be counted in future NASS surveys and censuses. To do so, go to the NASS homepage and click the Be Counted button on the bottom of the page. And as always, follow us on Twitter at USDA_NASS for announcements about surveys, data releases, and live stat chat opportunities. In the second and third videos, we'll highlight farm economics and farmer and rancher demographics. Thank you for watching the Census of Agriculture Data Highlight Series.